Things the Harry Potter movie franchise got wrong. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video here on Film Farm. The Harry Potter movies got it all wrong. Though we love the movies for what they are, there are some significant differences that we can't overlook. In today's video, we take a look at things the Harry Potter movies got all wrong. Stay tuned and watch. Harry Potter's eyes. In the books, Harry Potter has his mother's, Lily's green eyes. In the movies, Daniel Radcliffe does not have green eyes, and the film's directors didn't seem to make a big fuss over it either. Why? Health reasons. Radcliffe had colored contacts that he was supposed to wear, but he had a bad reaction to them. Hollywood had to therefore settle on a blue-eyed Harry Potter, the Time Turner. How the heck did Hermione fit in so much study time? Professor McGonagall's Time Turner. It was a complicated way to work around one of Hermione's defining activities as a character and ultimately caused quite a few problems with the movies. The Time Turner works by turning the small hourglass for each hour you want to go back. If the chain of the Time Turner is long enough, multiple people can travel through time. The chain has to be able to fit around their neck too. Anyway, in the books, the understanding is that when you use the Time Turner, you must be especially careful that no one sees you, especially your past selves. In the movies, Hermione and Harry really don't seem to care. The object caused a few more issues, like where you travel back in time, and Rowling eventually destroyed them all in Order of the Phoenix. Harry's parents. Harry's parents were in their early 20s when they had him in the book. Snape, Lupin, and Sirius were his parents' classmates. Remember, Snape loved Lily. That makes them about the same age as Lily and James, if they were still alive. Yet, in the films, these characters are all portrayed by much older actors. They do not look like they are in their mid-30s, and if they are, boy, life's thrown them a hard decade. This doesn't necessarily change the fact that Alan Rickman made the best Severus Snape, but it does make you wonder how the age difference would have affected the dynamic between the characters in the movies. Voldemort's death. It's true. Sometimes deaths in literature aren't that flashy. It's the description surrounding the death that makes the death exciting. When you translate this to a cinematic depiction, you have to work with the death visually instead of textually. That's why Voldemort's death in Deathly Hallows Part 2 is so different. Instead of falling to the floor like anybody falls, to the floor when it dies, but a little scarier since it's Voldemort. As described in the book, the movie shows him crumbling away painfully with quiet finality. Furthermore, in the book, it's Voldemort's spell that Harry throws back at him that kills Voldemort. In the movie, Harry's spell kills Voldemort, but not after Neville totally slays the Horcrux like a vicious savage. Wait, we're glad the Beetard is dead. Ginny Weasley. If you're simply watching the Harry Potter films, you may be questioning how on earth Harry ended up with Ginny. The scriptwriters really did a disservice to her character and depicted her as this character who is just there to be a love interest and nothing else. The books, however, do an excellent job of throwing reason after reason why Harry would fall in love with Ginny. Rowling has even stated in interviews that whoever was going to be with Harry needed to be strong, independent, and his equal. You don't get that from the movies too much. Ginny is just another Sakura. We hope you got the Naruto reference. Voldemort's mother's eyes. Voldemort is evil, so how better to push this than to give him red eyes? In the book, specifically Goblet of Fire, Voldemort is described as being tall, skeleton-like, and pale-faced, with snake slits for nostrils and red, cat-like eyes. However, they gave him white eyes in the movie. I will say that the resurrection scene is pretty hardcore, and the white eyes aren't a deal-breaker for me. I do wish, though, as he's caressing his head for the first time after being reborn, he showed some disappointment at being bald. Dumbledore. The internet seems to delight in Dumbledore's cinematic approach to asking Harry if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire. Since the goblet spits out Harry's name, he now must compete in the infamous competition. A little background to the movie version of Dumbledore. After the death of actor Richard Harris, who depicted a softer Dumbledore, Michael Gambon took over and showed us a grittier side to the headmaster. As the books grew darker, so did Dumbledore's movie counterpart, to the point where franchise fans started to question the new casting back to the scene. After the goblet spits out Harry's name, in the book, Dumbledore approaches Harry calmly about the issue. But in the movie, Dumbledore turns the sentence into one word. That's how agitated he was about it. Heck, he even pushes Harry up against the wall. Cool your tiptoe wizard shoes, Dumbledore. Story behind Neville's parents. I love Neville Longbottom. He is the supporting underdog character who is one of Harry's bravest, fiercest, and most loyal friends. He leads Dumbledore's army when Harry isn't around. He pulls the sword out of the sorting hat and charges at Voldemort with the intent to kill. He's the one who kills Nagini, and he's been through hell. The movie does not expand upon one of the essential parts of his backstory, Bellatrix Lestrange torturing his parents to the point of insanity. We understand that his parents are tortured, but we don't get to see the scene where Neville visits his parents at the asylum. It would have been nice to include the scene in the movie as a way to ground the character and show the connection between Neville and Harry more, to see exactly what he's had to overcome in his life. Neville, like Ginny, was cut a bit short when it came to the movies, but avid lovers of the book know just how badass he is. Well guys, that's all we have for you in this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you're already subscribed, don't forget to turn on the bell for the latest notifications and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.